United Utilities firmly believe that flooding is one of the worst things that can happen to a community. As a key business in the community, we feel it's really important that we work hard to bring all the stakeholders together and all the agencies together to try and make this problem go away for the people of the United Kingdom.
Resilience is important because over the last few years we've seen significant changes in our weather patterns. We've seen extreme weather from flooding, droughts, we've seen coastal surges in terms of tides, and for me, helping people understand the impacts that they're currently having on people's lives and livelihoods is fundamental, and helping people to understand, adapt and be able to get back to normality as fast as possible is just such a key thing that people need to do.
Well, I think you have to decide what it is that you can do. In some cases you can do individual flood resilience measures, but they are, by the very nature of them, they tend to be less effective than getting together with all the businesses in your area and lobbying the Environment Agency to make proper flood defences. And Cockermouth went down that route. The individual shops didn't protect their businesses, but they all contributed to a fund, which meant that the town has now some of the best flood defences that you'll find in the country. When there's been a crisis, the communication systems that normally operate between businesses and their customers tend to break down. The phones don't work in our case, the internet didn't work, we couldn't get access to the files and things that we needed. And what's needed then is for businesses to get somebody senior onto the ground. And there's two reasons there. Firstly, it shows your customers that you care about their predicament, but secondly, you need somebody who can make decisions so that if the old systems aren't working, they have the authority to cut through and set up ways of working that allow the customers to get back on their feet as quickly as possible. And I think that's the one thing that businesses can do, is to get somebody senior on the ground as quickly as possible.
The key one for Berg and for organisations to work together to make sure this resilience agenda is given top priority is to make sure a number of areas happen. Number one is to make sure that businesses get back in the event something serious happens quickly. Number two is, in the event that they are all pulling together, they will share business ideas and be in a stronger place to trade more effectively and be better prepared should something happen. And also as well, it's great you meet some great people and share some ideas that will help your business to be more resilient, but also sharing ideas that will help your business to be more effective in all forms of the activities that it takes, that it engages in. Well, firstly, Berg is looking to support small businesses principally around giving them emotional support first. So understanding that they're having a hard time and making sure that we respond with empathy, because that's the number one thing that they need in times of crisis. Following on from that, we're then looking to help them prepare and be ready for business more quickly than they would otherwise. We've supported them with access to various businesses, larger businesses across the UK, supporting them with equipment, things like dehumidifiers and the like, to get them back more quickly than they would otherwise, and again continuing on that support.
Businesses throughout the UK are currently working with the Water Task Force to develop the top 10 asks for business. For me, they need to get engaged in that. They need to understand the impact they have in the communities they work in, and that's not just the business itself, but its supply chain, its employees, and ensure that they have as positive an impact as possible and take heed from what the task force is doing to ensure that flooding is eradicated wherever possible.